Hey guys, you are watching Rob and Chyna. We are here on episode 3. We got a really crazy show for you guys, of course, like usual, so stay put.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
So this isn't the chorus. I was telling you about this new song, but this is it. This is a song by Fifth Harmony. It came out a few days ago. It's like my anthem of life.
What's it called?
That's My Girl.
That's My Girl. That works.
Been down before.
Yeah.
It's so good. I just want to listen to the whole thing, but I'm like, okay, we can't. We gotta start, guys, but we are here on, I was about to say keep up with Kardashians because I'm so used to those damn Kardashians, but no, we are here with Rob and Chyna, episode 3, season 1. Let's just basically say we're going to give a shout out to someone. What was that last show, the show before, when they said, basically it's the Chyna show featuring Rob.
Yes, one of our commenters on YouTube, shouts out to whoever said that. They were like, it's basically the Chyna show.
But yeah, we were looking for you, don't worry. We couldn't find all the comments. We're like, wait. But no, for real, it's basically the Chyna show featuring Rob and Scott. Let's just add that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
It focuses more on Chyna's storyline, and we sprinkle Rob in it because everybody wants to know what's up with Rob. That's why we're watching the show. It's his fan base.
But let's do our social medias before we start.
Yeah.
What's up, everyone? I am Thomas Orlina. You can find me at Thomas Orlina on my Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook.
What's up, you guys? You can find me everywhere at Kalima, music, art, wisdom, where pop culture meets wisdom.
What's up, everybody? It's Howard III. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Howard III, and of course my website, howardthird.com.
I'm listening to this on my way home.
All right, guys, and you can find me on Twitter at Let's Face It 33 and everywhere else. Let's Face It with Justine. I do hair and makeup. Not really feel looking at today, but it's all right. It's all right, guys. We got this. All right, so let's talk about this song. It distracts me because I'm just like, yes. Tell me it's so good, isn't it?
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
It's so good. All right, so we're gonna start off. We had Scott and Rob. They were on the phone with Chris. I mean, this isn't like really that important, but I think it's just funny because we don't see Rob without Chyna or Scott. And how it was so funny when they were like, "What, are you better than us?" And she's like, "I mean, yeah."
I know. I just hated the way he treated his mom at the end. She just does so much for him. So for him, I know he was just joking, but I just feel like she was kind of making a point. Like, I'm kind of helping Kylie out with her career. Busy, gotta go. Like, I would love to help you, but you're not really doing anything. I'm making this money. So, I don't know. I just felt bad because it was obviously kind of like a dig back at her, even though she wasn't really digging at him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
a little
I'm
joke
sure
here
she's
and there.
used to it, though.
I said
Yeah.
this on the last show. I feel like Rob needs to come out with some new products. Like, I would love, like, when he gets his confidence back, I would love to, like, sport some of his clothes. You
Oh my
know?
gosh, yeah.
He could
All
develop
he has
such
to
a
do
cool
is put
brand.
it on Instagram. If we don't know, because then you're telling people, like, this is what you know me by. You may not know me at anything else, but you know I'm serious about my socks, and that it works for the rest of the girls. It would work for him. He doesn't use his social media for much, so just use it for that.
Totally.
I'm just saying he's not comfortable with himself. He keeps saying he's not comfortable with his body and this, that. But to be honest with you, what I don't understand is you're filming a reality show.
Right.
So he's not comfortable with pictures, he's
Right.
not comfortable with all that. You're on a show. So clearly
Right.
people are watching you. So I don't know, that confuses me a little. What do you guys think?
For me, it just said that it's clear that Chyna must have convinced him to do the show, because if you don't even want to go to your sister's birthday party because specifically you didn't want the attention on you and selfies, why are you on a reality show? Like, that's
The Chyna show.
opposite. Yeah.
She's
It's
living
the
for this.
opposite of, and so clearly she convinced him, even though she said throughout the show, like, I'm not going to force you. It's like, well, clearly you forced him somewhere, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might just be doing it just so, I don't know, like, just to reinvent himself. Maybe he's
Yes.
like, I have my
I hope
own
so.
little, I'm insecure about this and that, but I still want to reinvent myself. Maybe he's getting ready to drop something big, addition to his clothing line, or
Yeah.
something like something huge, and Chyna's getting ready to just be Chyna and, you know, get crazy. So she was like, let's get on this show so we can drop whatever we need to drop at the end.
As the episodes go, though, I'm starting to really like Chyna a lot, because you can see her intentions are to get him out of his comfort zone. So if she can do that, and if you know he can be on the show, then by all means, you know, do your thing.
And it makes sense, because it may be that was what Chyna convinced him to do. Like, let's use this platform to reinvent yourself. So that makes a good point.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's ironic. You know, he's been talking about. I think you said this. He talks about his weight and he's uncomfortable. It's like, do something about it. And you know, even if he is, it's gonna
take time.
It's gonna take time, but he's not doing enough. I mean, they were literally talking about him going to Subway, and it's not like I'm eating healthy Subway. He had like 2 footlongs. They were saying he had a Kit Kat. He had broccoli cheddar soup. Like that's not how you lose weight, man.
Unbelievable, that menu. But I just thought to myself, like, you know, if it's that miserable, if you know that this is the one thing that would make your life better if you were skinnier, devote time to it. You've got all the people in the world who would probably train you for free just to say, I trained Rob Kardashian. And if it takes time, let it take time. But just seeing those results, anybody who's gone to the gym knows seeing those results is motivation.
And he's been doing this for years, so it's like,
let's make it happen. Stop drowning in your sorrows.
I agree. I think that once he gets in that space where he really wants it, you can tell right now he's kind of going back and forth. Like, he doesn't know, you know, really if he wants to go into that workout mode. But I feel like once he does, like, we've seen his body in the past. He literally can just get back.
And it was interesting, he made a comment. He was like, you know, even when I was thinner, I was still insecure. So sometimes it makes me think maybe it's deeper than the weight. Maybe the weight is a reflection of something deeper that he was, you know, feeling inside. And so it makes him eat. And it's not necessarily the weight. The weight is just, you know, an example representing whatever that thing is. And I'm sure, you know, they always said that the OCD came from when his father passed away. So I'm sure maybe it's a reflection of the emotions that he had with his father passing, you know. And that's a whole nother episode with father figures for Rob, unfortunately.
What are you thinking, Howard?
You know, I just don't know about Rob. This episode was like throwing me off a little bit, because it's kind of like I just don't know how to feel about Rob. I still feel like I need to get to know him a little bit more. I want him to open up more for me, so I can really be like, okay, I get it. Like, tell us what's the core of this depression.
What's going on?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I agree with you that, you know, there's something deeper that lies into it, and food is whatever. Because if he was skinnier, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're not happy, it doesn't really matter your weight. And I think a lot of it too was when the Kardashians like got fame, he kind of was left behind. All the girls, I mean, they're dominating women. They have all their own lines, and he kind of just doesn't. He never really had the motivation they did, and I think it's made him depressed. And I think it's, you know, made him stop a little.
I think once the workouts start happening and when he gets disciplined to like really get fit, everything is gonna come and follow that.
But I thought he was. I thought that.
Me too.
I thought
if you
he
think
was
about it, Chloe's
starting.
the biggest example, because she was down and out about her weight as well. She got her look how much confidence Chloe has when she got that body. It's because everybody wants Rob. He might not see it. Even fat, everybody wants Rob. But if he was to get skinny, it would be a whole nother level.
If he was to get back in them Adrian Bailon days, Rob would be shutting this game
He would be
down.
like on the cover of Vogue. They talk about me on the cover of Vogue. He'd be on the cover.
What do you guys think about? Like, what do you think Adrian's thinking? I know she has nothing to do with this.
Well, she recently got engaged, so.
But she's always engaged. I know.
Yeah,
Sorry,
she is.
guys, but
No,
like,
she is. Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
I love her. I think she's adorable, but it's so funny. I wonder if she's like, oh, if we stayed together, I could have had like Rob and Adrian. Like, you know what I mean? I wonder if she's like I would never know.
Because that was the sweetest like relationship that we saw in Keeping Up with the Kardashians with him. I've always wanted to be team, you know, Adrian and Rob, especially since Adrian, I've actually followed her career. She had her own reality show. Now she's on The Real. So she still is that sweet girl that we knew her to be. And I wish that they were, you know, back together, but I don't know. It doesn't make me miss them. Like, I just want the best for him.
Yeah.
You know what I think kind of the problem with him is too, he was talking about when they were in the car that he he has diabetes, and just last year he just like didn't take it, and he ended up in the ICU, and that's how he started to feel in the car. And I'm like, well, that's also not helping.
Yeah.
It's just,
it hurts to know that it got so bad, like that it got out of hand, and now he has diabetes. Like that sucks so bad.
I know. I just wish he would just take care of himself. Like, who just doesn't take their insulin for a year because you don't feel like it? Like, it's different if you were...
responsibility.
Exactly.
Right.
If you were trying to wing yourself off of that, or if you were trying to maybe be like, okay, I can beat this with just vegetables and blah, 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 you just didn't feel like taking it.
Right,
Like,
right.
Come on.
The one thing that's going to help you.
I feel like they have all these trainers, they have all these accessible things for Rob. Like, once he gets in there, like, we wouldn't even be talking about this. He would just be, like, on point with the schedule. I just feel like it's when he's ready to do it.
and I think that the problem with is it comes down to is his motivation, and if you don't have the motivation, it keeps you depressed, and it takes a little bit, but I think once he gets it going, he'll definitely feel better about himself. And I mean, I can honestly, like, I don't know about you guys, but I can definitely relate to that because, you know, I'm very open about it. I don't know if I've said it before, but I struggle with depression, and, you know, when I'm not a big person that works out, but when I eat healthy and I get myself on a schedule, I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
And if I don't, I'm in bed for days. So I understand him, but he's not doing anything about it.
Yeah,
But it's
the
hard.
action
Like,
part.
I get it. I really do understand him. So if you don't struggle with stuff like that, it's a little harder.
Yeah.
But
What's your reaction then, like, considering, you know, you experiencing the same sort of things? What's your reaction to the way that Chyna's treating him? Do you think it's healthy, or do you think it's controlling?
I think she's really trying to help. If she doesn't understand, then she's trying to help, and maybe it's pushing it a little too much. But you do need that push, or else it's like everyone just like, if someone's just like, okay, then you just won't get up, and it's like depressed.
And he said it himself. He was like, getting out with Chyna's family, like, I've realized that, or with Chyna's family, as well as, you know, going to the birthday party, Chloe's birthday party, he was like, I see that, like, the only way I'm really gonna get back out again is to actually get back out again.
Yeah.
So when he was there, when they went in, he was saying for her birthday they were all swarming and, you know, not attacking, but everyone wanted to talk to him, and he was like so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I love seeing him go out of his comfort zone and be around the family. I mean, Chloe, obviously we saw in the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, this meant a lot for him to go. Even if it was only for an hour, I felt like the whole family was
so
like,
happy.
an hour was a progress for Rob.
Oh my God, did you see Chris's face when he walked past?
Yeah, everybody was lit up.
She was like, thank you.
Even if it's for an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I was just so happy that they were able to, like, just bond, you know? It was like... Chyna was there, Rob was there, it's already awkward,
Yeah.
let's just have a good time.
And I love Chloe to death, and I just, like, I feel like she never wanted anything but best for him. She let him move in.
I
she
loved their relationship.
Yeah.
I miss it.
She
They
technically
were so
took
cute.
care of him,
Yeah.
And, like, it's so sweet that Chyna was like, Chloe wants you to be there. Like, do it for Chloe. Like, don't even do it for our relationship. Do it for Chloe.
Yeah.
And I saw the way that Chloe hugged him, it's like, it was the way I read it was like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. You can be here with me, and, like, we can have fun, and it doesn't have to be, like, thank you so much for coming. Like, I was like, please don't, like, you know, punish her, you know, for your own, like, demons, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so much you could say about it, you know?
Yeah.
We need him to get more motivated, and I think she's definitely going to help. But I mean, moving on, I think it's hilarious that we found out that she has 10 sisters and 2 brothers.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Do you guys have siblings?
I mean, I do. I have an older sister.
I
and
have
that's
2
about it.
siblings, and
I have 2
my
sisters.
life was totally different than that.
And I have one, so that definitely wasn't what happened. But she said she grew up almost like a single...
Yeah.
Not a single mother.
Single
I was like
child.
single mother, like an only child. So she was also talking about the dad basically had a lot of children with different women.
Yeah.
What do you guys
So Chyna,
make of that?
Yeah, Chyna said that there's 2 other sisters the same age, which meant
so
within
weird.
the same 5 months, she said, like, he had kids all together, cut to them all at the strip club, like, literally the whole family at the strip club. So it just goes to show he was a player. Maybe clearly the mom was a player. It was no real relationship there. It was a hit it and quit it. I mean, that's what it says to me. I mean, 10 kids, that's someone who's just trying to have fun, like,
Yeah.
not that responsible. She said herself she was 16 when she had Chyna, so, you know, she was Young, yeah. Young, having fun. You don't know about responsibilities. And that's all I, took from it. But
I was just like, man, 10 kids, like, sir, you tripping.
Yeah.
Like, all them damn kids.
And he like had no shame.
right.
It's like,
I feel like, and honestly, yeah, it was either he didn't have shame or like maybe, I don't know, in the scene, did he look embarrassed to you guys or did it look
He
like
said
it just
that
flew
was, like,
over
the
his
old
head?
Him, the old.
Okay.
Like he referenced him doing his thing in the past, so it looks like
Okay.
he's kind of moved on from it, and it like they all vibed. So
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, because we jumped a little bit before, but kind of before all of that, we weren't sure who was going to show up because her dad said he hasn't seen Chyna's wife. Why can't my brain? I'm like, Chyna's wife, Chyna's mom in about 10 years. So they weren't sure if she was even going to show up.
Right.
So when she showed up, I was literally like, she looks exactly like her. I was like,
she does.
oh my God, that is how Chyna
That's
is the way she
Chyna.
is.
Yeah, when I first saw Tokyo Tony, that was my same reaction. I was like, wow. And when I realized like she's actually famous on social media for having no filter, I was like, oh, well, that's where Chyna obviously gets her edge. And she said in the in her, confessional that like, I don't always take her advice, but one thing I know is that she's always going to be genuine and honest and keeping it 100. So
Yeah, I love that she has her own social media presence online.
it's crazy.
She has her
Yeah.
stage name.
If you guys watch her interview, she's like, fully, whatever she feels is coming out.
Tokyo Tony is just crazy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's just it. But I live for it, though, because when they first got pregnant, Rob and Chyna, Tokyo Tony was like, these Kardashians would not see the baby.
I saw that.
They would not be
I
at the
read
wedding. I'm like, oh, she just does not care. Chris just babies her child, like just going in.
Yeah, fully disclosing
so I
everything.
just knew
so.
she was gonna give life to. It was about time we seen Tokyo Tony in this. Like we should have seen her a little bit
she made her
earlier, like the last 2
debut.
episodes. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it shows growing up and the influence that your parents can have. Because you never know. Like, if she was my mom, I maybe have had, more of that edge that she does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Totally.
what kind of families did you guys grow up in?
Yeah, when she said that she found her stripping because she like turned back and saw her, and then she was like, yes. Are you kidding? I would have been like disowned my mom. I probably wouldn't be talking to my mom today. That was just my upbringing. Very traditional.
So you're traditional? What kind of...
Mine was pretty traditional too. I felt like it was a little, my parents were a little different, but they kind of blended me who I am.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, same here. I was kind of more traditional. Like, a lot of things didn't fly.
Really?
You had to come in on your curfew. You definitely couldn't be stripping.
Right.
Because my
you
sister was in the
imagine?
club, and she turned around. My mom would be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Rank her right off that stage. Like, you coming home
right.
tonight? That's it.
Yeah.
So-
Like, I don't even want to think about my mama's eyes if she would have saw me.
Oh my God. No, like, for real. But it was funny because Chyna's mom, like, she was really uptight right when she walked in. Like, she was just, like, not feeling it. She went to the bathroom. She was pissed off. She came back. She was joking. And they were all hanging out. And then they went to the strip club together. And it's not even like, which is kind of weird, her and her mom strip club. The dad. Everyone went. It was just so random. So it was Chyna's original. That was where she used to strip.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I was, when she said, "Oh my gosh, we're about to go in a strip club," I've never been to a strip club.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I was like, when she said it's gonna be a crazy ratchet strip club, when meanwhile she already said he didn't even know what a block party was. I was like, I wonder what his reaction's gonna be. But he really went with the flow and was like, he embraced the culture of just having fun with whoever is from that city, which is kind of the vibe I can tell that the club kind of gave off.
Those are the situations that Rob's gonna need to put himself into, like, grow confidence. Because you know how he was saying, like, he was feeling like it was gonna be about him, and once the spotlight wasn't on him, then he could totally let loose, So I feel like that was fun to see him at the strip club.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
letting loose.
Hollywood's gonna be, for his experience, probably more like LA, Hollywood, and like DC. It's like a completely different vibe, and he probably liked that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like that strip club was rough. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes, with the
I
little
don't-
chairs.
Have you guys
Yeah,
ever
just
been?
I've been to a strip club, yeah. I mean, you gotta throw them dollars.
So when you
That's great.
turn up one good time.
when you saw Chyna on your birthday at the club, was that the strip club?
No, that was just a regular club.
What kind of strip clubs? Because all strip clubs are so different.
Yeah.
I've been to the ones in Vegas because I love Vegas. I'm always in Vegas.
God, I've never
Okay, so like all of the strip clubs that you guys have been to are girls stripping, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you been?
Yeah, so I'm from New Jersey, so Atlantic City is kind of like a mini Vegas. I mean, not even remotely as good.
How weird is it looking at women though? That's my thing.
I was really, really intoxicated.
Okay.
So I
was like, you have to be.
I am not into women at all. But I was like drunk
Was
and
it
I was
fun?
like, I was like, wow, you're really cute. I was like, I want to work here, like stuff I would never do or say. I went with like my ex-boyfriend 3 years ago, and he was loving, and he's like giving me money to give them. I was like,
It seems
was
to
funny.
be a place, and you guys comment if you guys have been before, but I've heard people say that it's very chill, like a lounge where
so
you
much
relax.
fun.
Yeah.
For some reason, the weirdness of them being naked makes you more comfortable.
Yeah, I've gone to like a few in Vegas, and I've gone pretty much for bachelor parties, which is like the best times to go because it's just a bunch of guys, and it's totally like not what you expect. Like
Yeah.
it's music, it's fun, it's totally chill. You need to go.
See, I personally feel like I cannot. Like, that's one thing that I'm going to keep and be like, okay, I haven't done that. I'm a good girl at heart. I don't know, but yeah.
I think they're just fun. Personally, well, I only go really just to see them dance on the pole. Like, I just like it's weird because, well, it's not weird, but I just like to see like the pole aspects of them dancing and just like climbing and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the tricks.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been
So
to
the
nice ones and ratchet
athleticism?
ones. Yeah.
Okay.
The ratchet
Is it
ones
like
are the
art?
you should go to.
Oh, the ones that...
The ratchet ones are the
See,
ones
they
to
turn
go
up and they
to.
don't care.
Go
That's
there
why.
and then go to Vegas. And
Yeah.
then go to Vegas.
Well, some
You'll see
people
a
go.
difference.
Some
Gosh,
people.
I've never been to Vegas either, y'all. I sound so lame.
No, but some people.
But
really?
it's true. Yeah, but I don't care because I love that. Like, I feel like that's like a good thing that I can say that I haven't done. I don't know. I'm
You
weird.
need to go to Vegas,
Yeah.
girl.
Just to say you have, because I don't like clubs,
I'll
but
drive through.
it's just like
to
just to
do.
go. I like being able to walk outside and have like a drink in your hand. But like clubs, strip clubs are different. Like some people go because it like really turns them on, but some people go because it's fun.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not a drinker, so I just think that it would be
Well,
lame.
just drink your juice
You
and
can go
have fun.
shopping. Go shopping. There's so many things to do.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I heard the shopping's
Yeah,
awesome.
the shopping is good.
So how about when this is a big jump, but how about when Chyna was, this is not really important, but Chyna eating crabs in the car. I don't know why I had to mention that.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm expecting like, yo, like I'm going to go to Burger King and get a burger, and she's just like, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat a crab leg. I was like, what? Where's the crab leg
See,
come
I'm from Florida, seafood galore, and like when you find a good crab place, it's like a burger. Like that's where you go.
so
And she's
funny.
pregnant on top of it, so she's going back to her hometown. She's hitting up all those restaurants and those places that were her spots.
But in the
she's
car.
like in the car, like ready to go. And then she's got the perfect, boyfriend, fiance, because I'm sure he's down to try the cuisine.
You're so funny, Justine. I mean, it's just like how you would eat a burger. You
Yeah.
eat your burger in the car, you eat your crab leg in the car. I mean, I eat
it's just
chicken in the
your
car.
choice of
you know?
food.
Mhm.
What do you eat in the
I
car?
thought it was pretty funny. No, I when you said that
To be
initially,
honest, I
was
wanted
dying.
some. I was like, I love crabs. Oh, I love crabs.
I mean, I eat pasta in the car. You know, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, and she's got a chauffeur, and she's like, why not? Well, I don't know. She was just in the passenger seat.
But it's funny because like it could have been anything that's funny, like something random. But just I think the most random is that it was just a crab leg. Like you know what I'm saying? That's what made it more funny.
And it was
like,
funny because the
crab
camera's
leg.
right there, and she's like in the camera, like ready to go.
Like I would so do it, but I just never even thought about the most random food to eat. So I had to mention that, even though it wasn't really that important. But so how about when her friends Treasure and Paige,
Yeah.
they were basically in a huge fight, and so Treasure, I'm trying to remember who lives in LA, and then the other lives on the East Coast. I just can't
Treasure
remember.
lives in the East Coast.
Treasure lives on the East
Yeah.
Coast, and they're like the longest friends. And then Paige, they've been friends for 2 years. I mean,
And Treasure calls Paige her LA friend as if she's not genuine, which
I'm
is
sorry, they acted like they were 12. Like that's my best friend.
yeah, that was weird. I mean, I don't think it was staged, but I really think that was them
I
like
don't think it
really
was staged at
talking,
all.
I don't think so either.
which was like really surprising because Chyna's in the middle like, you guys make this work, and I'm like, girl, like why are they fighting over you? Like it's like childish. Tell them to like get along, which I'm happy that she did. She took initiative. She got them together, and I loved seeing at the end that they actually kind of, you know, made up. But goodness,
Yeah.
it was very childish.
I think it just comes from, you know, how she was saying how, you know, Paige became her friend after when she became Blac Chyna. So I feel like her friend, longtime friend, is always going to be territorial against her. So
I just thought it was a friend thing. I mean, it's like childish, but I understand because I've been
I think
in
we've
those
all
shoes.
gone through something like that.
Yeah, my only question was, I feel like people, like, your friends and family only know how to talk about somebody else to you if you've allowed them to in the past already. So maybe Chyna said something where she thought that it was acceptable to call her a LA friend. Because unless Chyna introduced Paige as like, listen, out of all the people in Hollywood, this one's the real one. Like, why did she, where did that originate where she felt like you're not a genuine friend? That's my question, you know? Because ever since from the first episode, Paige off rip seemed like she had Chyna's back for real. You know, and she may have approached her like, you know, you meet people in LA and sometimes it's on a business tip, but then it grows to be, you know, a real friendship. So maybe that was how, you know, Chyna introduced Treasure to Paige, but eventually, you know, take her for what it is. And I don't know. I feel like eventually it seemed like they made up, and it looked genuine. It didn't look like it was for the cameras, like her grabbing her, you know, from the back.
Have you guys had friends like that, or have you been like that toward friends?
Yeah, I feel like you always want to be protective over your close friends because you never know when people come in, like what their intentions are.
And she's living with her, so I think that's why she was skeptical.
So I've definitely been through that before, for sure.
Howard?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been in both shoes. I've been in Chyna's shoes. I've been in the friend shoes. I'm territorial of my friends. I'm like, this is my friend. No, you can't have a drink with him. No, you need to go meet that stranger down the street. I'm sorry. It's only enough for two.
Well, I have a question. I want y'all to keep it 100 because y'all have tens of thousands of followers. So have you guys?
I didn't know what I thought you were just gonna say.
I know. I was like, wait, where are we going with this?
Boyfriends. I did not know what you were about to just say.
Well, I'm wondering, you know, whenever you guys eventually kind of came up on that big following, those original A1 day ones, did they change at all? Like, what was the transition for you guys with your new friends? Like, how did you realize that they...
Friends or followers?
Friends from the beginning when you guys, like, didn't have a big following versus now.
I don't really have that big a following, but, like...
You have, like, 20,000 followers on
not
Instagram.
yet.
On
not
Instagram.
Yet. No, I don't.
How many do you have?
15.
Whatever.
No. But
15, 20.
I mean... My friends are still my friends.
So how do you guys make that judgment?
It's not like I'm like famous. Like it's like I'm not.
Yeah, I know. But you have to understand someone coming from a small town in Florida with literally, I only had 700 coming here. I'm almost to 8. I'm really excited. Follow me on Kalima Music Art Wisdom.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's my thing. Like coming from wherever you started, how do you like know if someone's like, how are you? Just because they want to get in and make
LA's
sure they're cool.
LA. You can know them, they'll do that. You don't know them, they do that. It's just like, that's why I don't really have a lot of friends out here. I just stick to a couple because you don't know the intentions.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I'm so open, like, on my social. Like, if people DM me, if I
that's cool.
meet people, I'm totally down to hang out. I give people a real shot at being my friend.
Oh,
but
that's so
once
awesome.
I see, like, some weird
Shady
vibes,
right.
I'm over it.
Like, love you guys. Like, you know what I mean? No shadiness.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't really get a lot of people that ask me my friend. I got a lot of people that want to collab, work together. So it's kind of like on that
That's
relationship
good.
with
That's good.
that. What about you, Howard?
Definitely. I think it's like LA. Like you have to know who is here for you. If they come at you, let's say you do open up that whole friendship bond, and as soon as they say, "Oh my gosh, can you hook me up with your lady who does your nails, or that person who does like your haircut? I want to look just like you." You have to listen for keywords.
Yeah.
Just from me, like when they're like,
That
"Oh,
is such
I
a
want
good
shoes.
point.
Where'd
You
you
should
get your shoes?"
introduce me to so and so.
Yeah, like don't you know that photographer from around the way? Then once they cut you out, that's it. As soon as him and the photographer are friends or whoever, and they cut you out, that's how you know.
Okay, so they're just using you for that connect.
But the difference is, that's okay. You meet people. That's how you network. If you're not looking to be friends and just work relationships, that's okay. Like, I've had people do that. I've done that to people, but not in, like, a selfish using. But, oh, you know, why'd you make up this? Like, let's work together. Do you know so-and-so? But you're not looking to be, like, best friend with them.
Yeah.
That's true. But if you are looking to be best friends, look out for that. Don't say let's be friends and get some drinks and all this stuff, and then as soon as I hear you've done a deal behind my back, like, bestie.
Yeah.
What are you
It's a
doing?
little shady right there. But like, I've just had all my friends my whole life, so I just feel like you keep your clique kind of tight. But then I'm open to meeting new friends and hanging out.
Same way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's get into the last thing before we get into some news and gossip. So, Chyna, they were talking about, it was crazy to see Chyna's mom get a little emotional. When she was talking about, I was 16 years old. Chyna didn't have a dad. Rob, like, you got to be in her life. Like, she was emotional about that.
Yeah.
I think she just doesn't want to see a repeat of what happened with Chyna. But I absolutely don't think that's going to happen. I feel like Rob is going to be very present.
Of course.
And, Kim, all the sisters are definitely going to...
I'm going to be honest. I think that he's going to always be in his child's life. The third episode of this season, it's a lot of drama between them in a relationship. I don't, at this point, I don't know how to predict how their relationship will go, but I know that he's going to be there as a good father to his child for sure.
I agree. I definitely see him in the child's life, and with the relationship, I could kind of see them. I don't know about marriage right away, but I see marriage in like a year and a half, 2 years.
No way. Chris or the Kardashians are going to let him not be in the child's life. Like, there's so many of them, they're not going to let him.
Yeah, they're not going to let him for sure.
I can't wait to see what happens, after, like, the wedding. If they do a wedding special, which I really hope they do.
I do too.
It's going to be when she gets her snapback.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And hopefully when Rob gets his, swag
Snap.
back too.
I feel like people are doing it backwards these days. Kids then marriage. Like that's how it feels, Like not
everybody.
always, but
I
maybe
know.
in LA it's the kind of thing.
I know. No, I've noticed that it's just common. Even if whether it was a hit it and quit it or like fully you guys were just boyfriend and girlfriends and now you're pregnant. Like it seems like it's like, all right, well, we're married. Make me an honest woman now. I mean, we're pregnant. Make me an honest woman.
I'm not traditional, but when my grandma was alive, she was all about like, no, marriage first. And it's funny because I'm just like, I don't know, do what you do. Do whatever you want to do. What do you guys think about that situation?
I mean, that's the same
I'm
way.
way more traditional, I just
Really?
feel like the commitment needs to come first because if it's not set from the beginning, like, I can't have any
I
expectations
would rather
of what
that,
you're
but
going to do.
I mean,
Yeah.
that happens.
And if you would rather it, I don't know. I'm just like, wait for that. It sucks being, patient and lonely.
I feel the same. Well, like I'm traditional, but I understand if you guys something were to happen, you'd be like, oh, we're pregnant. But if you end up loving each other and then you get married,
That's awesome,
fine. Like I get that. But if it's just like, oh, we're pregnant, and then now there's nothing there, it's kind of like, well,
and
maybe
the thing
you
is,
should have
what are the
established.
odds? What are the odds
Yeah.
that you're gonna just happen to like get pregnant by someone who becomes a soulmate?
Yeah.
Like that you see a long term with? I don't know. I just feel like, according to my survey of statistics and my own experience, I haven't seen too many relationships work out when it was like, we try to make it work because she was pregnant. Like, no, like it's usually when there's some sort of base there. And he mentioned that they only went on 3 dates, like actual dinner dates. So it's like, what did you guys do when y'all were together if y'all weren't like out in public on a date? It seems like it was always just kind of like, let's have fun together. I don't know.
Everything with the Kardashians usually is very fast paced. So I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like,
true.
With Chloe,
Fast.
with everything.
72 hours with Kim.
But
Yeah,
but
that's
I
so
feel
funny.
like
Yeah.
with Rob, I feel like he knew putting himself on the show. I mean, he did sign contracts to be on the show, so I feel like, we say that it was Chyna that kind of pushed him into it, but I feel like it's gonna do some good for him as well, So.
For sure.
I agree.
Well, this episode was crazy to say the least.
Yeah.
You wanna? I don't know. Let's get into some news and gossip. Do we really have any this week?
I don't think so.
I was trying to think, and I was like, honestly, I mean, if you guys in the I said the audience. What is wrong with my brain today? If you guys know anything like recent, I think the Kardashians have been a little bit more. Not on the down low, but I don't know. It's kind of just the typical Kardashians running around doing them.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they've had anything like crazy like that. None, like nobody. Kylie and her cosmetics. That's about
Kylie
it.
dyed her hair platinum.
Oh, I loved it. I loved
I
it.
love it.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of hair, I loved Chyna's wig, the red wig.
Yes.
In the opening, I was like, Chyna, you're giving me life with this one. This red wig was everything. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
Loved it. What about, what are you guys' predictions?
Well, go ahead.
Okay, so I predict for the next episode, I predict Tokyo, Chyna's mom, getting a little bit more out of hand. I think we'll finally see a little bit more of her Instagram post and why she's such a threat to this Kardashian empire. I also predict Kim is gonna have a lot of good advice for Rob. You know, she came over to the house and was like, "Oh, this is how you do the baby's diaper, blah blah blah." And I think Kim's gonna step up more and just be like, I'll be here for you.
I can't wait for next week's episode because I love Kim Kardashian, as everybody knows, and I feel like she has the best advice for Rob. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her on the show because we haven't really seen her too much on it. We saw her give, a hug to Chyna, and I feel like she is happy that Chyna's back in her life because, they were friends before.
I always forget that they were friends first.
Yeah.
And all
Close
that
friends,
happened.
too.
They had that booty selfie.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I think about Chyna and, Rob's, actual wedding date. It seems like she's trying to push him to, like, do you see a year? Would you say a month? And that's also very common nowadays too, where you're engaged for like 3 years. And it makes me think, what is Rob's intentions? Is it to just, because she wanted to get married, like, I don't really want to have a kid without being married to you.
Maybe he's go with the flow a little bit.
Or is it, does he really want to move forward with this marriage? Because remember in the last episode, he was like, oh, I think I'm just going to keep my house, and it's not you, it's me. I just want some time by myself, like... like, what's your real intentions here?
And then when Chyna was like, oh, we're just playing it by ear for the wedding tonight, it's like, who says that? Like, if you're engaged, you don't just, we're just gonna play it by ear. When it happens, it happens.
Yeah, like, who buys a $2 million ring to play it by ear, child?
Exactly. Like, no, you just say what happened in the summer, what happened in the winter. Oh, well, I'm thinking about this. That, like, give me details.
Yeah, give me something.
Not I'm playing it by ear.
Yeah. But she should take her time. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like as a woman, you want to know that you're done with your baby's out, your body's back. You can really, like, take time to, like, plan the wedding and not have to take care of baby at the same time. So I feel like she should be patient, rock that ring, work on your relationship so that wedding feels amazing when you walk down that aisle,
I can't wait for that wedding.
Me too. I can't wait for that
I hope
special.
they live broadcast it. But let me, guys, that sounded really, I was like, I hope they live broadcast it. No, but I really do hope they do. I feel like I really have enthusiasm for it. But let us know in the comments, like, what do you think, even not just for next week, what do you think is going to happen throughout the season? And what do you guys want? Would you want to see them on, like, a live, not live broadcast, but have their own special for their wedding?
Yes.
So let us know. But where can we find you guys?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that great stuff at Howard III, and of course my website, howardthird.com.
Make sure you follow me at Kalima Music Art Wisdom everywhere, and on Twitter at Lima Wisdom ENT, where pop culture meets wisdom.
I love when you guys hit me up on Snap, so hit me up at my Snapchat at Thomas Orlina and my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
And you can find me everywhere, including my website, Instagram at Let's Face It with Justine, and you can find me on Twitter at Let's Face It 33. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
See you guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.